welcome everybody. Welcome to Wargamer Online, our Friday hobby hangout. This evening I have no video from the other two that are going to be joining me. It's going to be quiet in terms of hangout. There's only Michelangelo.
Hello.
And Rachel's joined us as well, just for a little bit of a chat.
Hey.
And then there's myself. So there's the three of us. We've got loads to talk about. Absolutely loads, because Games Workshop are just releasing so many different topics and things like that. We're going to go through all of them. If you've got any questions yourself or anything you want us to talk about, put it in the chat, and I'm going to go through that in a moment as well. But give us some topics and we'll go over that. We'll answer your questions. I'm pretty much going to be going through, not Wargamer Online website. Why is that up? This one. We'll go over that one in a minute, actually.
You're just admiring your work there.
No, I was actually thinking it needs one of the videos hasn't been uploaded to the website yet, so I need to go and do that after this, immediately after this. Right, let's go through the chat first of all. It's been really warm as well in the UK, like really warm. And Phil has just been absolutely amazing. He's come into this study that I've had for a while with one big desk, and he's completely transformed it. So I'm going to get some pictures up, but we've got a desk that goes all the way around with all of my paint racks, all of the monitors and stuff, and now I can just produce videos. It's absolutely fantastic. So massive thanks to Phil for doing that and spending all evening doing that.
2 evenings.
2 evenings, yeah, it was 2 evenings actually, but he's done an absolutely amazing job. So when the pictures are up, you'll see how cool it is. Let's go through the chat. We've got Karanis, the Orc Boys, Oric Loveguard, the Johnsonator, Stephen Leggett, Sean Jewett, Wargamer Viking, Johnny Rockstar, Al Woods Modelling Mayhem, Mark Potter, Rock Ape, Stu Rat, Nathan Anderson, saying he's going to have to go and pee. He's going to miss the beginning. That's a shame. Good job we just go through names at the beginning. Akaria, welcome Akaria. Who's excited for 8? Everybody. Everybody's excited for 8. Coyote, Ro, another person I've not seen, welcome. Dark Elf Dave, Ashley Perkins, Spearman Otter, love that name. He got called out 3 times in one video because I love the name. Excessive Magnetization, Ryan Benfield, Stephen Leggett. Sam's head is going to explode. It is warm. It's really warm. Sam's face is so red. Hang on a minute. This could be color correction. Not that it matters. Let me just turn off this. Oh no, that just makes it. I am just red. I've been out in the sun a little bit.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. Really red.
Not used to it. Not used to leaving your
I go like a lobster. Yeah. Surreal, have you seen the full rulebook leaks yet? We have seen them, and we have seen the rulebooks fully. So we've got to go through. We're not contributing to all of the leaks. We've done our unboxing, which is what the store has done. They've given us the box to. Well, we did it at the store basically. So we've gone through our unboxing of Dark. What's it called? Dark Imperium. We've done the unboxing, and we've got all of the rulebooks to look through as well. What is a Repulsor Primaris tank? Cross between a Land Raider and a Predator. Yes, and a Jet Speeder by the look of it. We'll get to that because it's pretty fantastic. Turrican's joined as well. Maximus Tren, welcome. Can't tell where Sam's face ends and the t-shirt begins. You know what, Spearmint Otter? This is the bullying part of the show, and that is at the end, not at the beginning.
Well, they're saying that Surreal has put that it brings out the blue in your eyes. How adorable is that?
I've normally got brighter blue eyes, but I reckon it is. I'm not this red. You saw me when I came downstairs, Rach.
Yes, I did.
So you saw that it wasn't this red. Colour intensity. Oh, not that pale. There we go. There we go. I'm still red. I'm still lobsterish. Oh well. I meant from all the stuff GW was releasing, I never even considered Sam might have gone outside or done work. I never stop. That's what this website is all about. Getting content on this website continuously. And every time we get a new account on there, whether it's a free or a premium account, I get Phil sending me a message. So if you want to keep Phil doing stuff, just keep making accounts. Don't make them unless you're watching though. There's no point just making 1,000 web accounts. Random fun fact, Necrons went up 17 to 18 points on average. I think everything's had or a lot of stuff's had an increase. Right, let's do this. Let's go straight on to the topics then. We're going to begin with the Repulsor Primaris tank. Now, I've been really busy trying to do stuff. We've got a battle report, which me and Rachel filmed. When did we film it, Rachel? Was it yesterday? Or the day before?
I think so, yeah. I think it was yesterday.
So we filmed a battle report. I've got tonight to edit it. So once this has been done, I'm going to edit that battle report. It's going up on premium on Sunday, though. It's not this week. It's premium battle reports. So if you've got a premium account on the website, you'll be able to see that one. It's going to be Iron Jaws versus Seraphon again, but this time I've taken a proper green tide. But it's and Rachel's taken a bit of a different list. You'll get to see that on Sunday. There's a couple of models you'll have seen before, but otherwise it's going up on Sunday. Right, Games Expo. So that started today. It's going over this whole weekend. Games Workshop are there. They're going to be showing off the new edition there as well. Where is that? Birmingham, isn't it? Birmingham NEC.
I think so, yeah, that's what I heard. I think it's over 3 days, so it was today and then it's also tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah. So if you've got time and you're in the Birmingham area, head over to the NEC and you can check out this UK Games Expo.
I'm a little bit gutted actually, because I would have liked to have gone to that, but I think I'm going to be too busy this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely are going to be too busy. We've got Henry Basic Miniature Painting. Henry Armstrong. Henry joined us at Warhammer Fest last week and he entered the Youngblood Golden Demon painting competition with his 2 models. He entered a Dreadnought, a Leviathan Dreadnought, and what was the other one, Mike, that he entered?
Celestin or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. It's the it's got wings.
Oh, that was it.
That narrows it down.
Saint Celestine.
Yeah, I was along the right lines.
Yeah.
Sam got me. As long as Sam gets me, I'm happy.
Saint Celestine, and he entered both of those, and he got 2 finalist pins or 2 pins on both
You
of them.
guys are so cute.
So he did really well. We're talking about Henry and how awesome he did, Rachel, not about how cute me and Mike are.
Henry's a legend now.
Henry's a legend
I was
now.
really impressed with how well he did.
Yeah, to be fair to him. I mean, they were amazing models, though. He did a cracking job of them.
Yeah.
Well done.
So I'm not sure if he'd entered before or not, like in previous years. I don't know if he might have tried it once before.
Yeah.
Maybe, or if this was his first time. If this was his first time entering, then even better than to walk away with 2 finalist medals.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that was just a quick mention. I'm not going to mention too much because he tried to sell the knight that I gave him for free. He tried to stick it. I gave him a knight. When I left Games Workshop, I gave him this really nicely converted tank. It was basically a church on the back of a knight. And he stuck it on...
It's a church on legs.
He stuck it on a Facebook trading site asking for money on it. I'm like, Henry, you realise that was given to you? And he was like, oh yeah, I forgot that I didn't make this. Sorry.
Yeah, so we'll start this by praise him and big him up and then just put him right down then just right after.
Yeah, I mean,
What
he needs money for 8th edition. It's fair enough.
Don't we all need money for 8th edition?
We do, yeah. Right, I'm going to start with this. This is the video. There's going to be no sound. Oh, I skipped. Now, I've only seen this video once, but let's do a breakthrough. Oh, we've got an awesome. Now, the scale of this, I thought it was a normal Marine initially, but it is a Primaris on the back of this with a huge Gatling gun, which I don't know what the stats are going to be for this, but it looks like that can shred through a lot of stuff anyway. It's got guns all over it, all these different missiles and ammo all over it. And this bit of the tank is amazing. I think that's my favourite part, is the back. And I wasn't too fussed about the land speeder front of the tank, which we're going to look at in a second. But this back exhaust part more than makes up for the entire thing. Got the eagles on the back as well. Here we go, there's the front. Now, Phil has made a Rhino, which looks very similar to this. And it reminds me of the Matrix. You know the Matrix film, right at the end, where they're going through the tunnels and they've got those big ships with the anti-grav or flotation things. Somebody can tell us what that is properly. But it reminded me of that, having all these plates around the outside of the tank. Looks really cool. Icaria, rear hatch looks too small for a Primaris Marine. Does in fact, actually. If they were going to be going for the true scale. Actually, yeah,
a lot of
to stand up on.
Where the hatches are too small. If you think about like a wave serpent, there's no way there's a Wraith Guard getting in and out of that.
Yeah, but you crouch down. Once you get inside there, obviously it looks like it's a much bigger container inside that. So I don't know. I think it'll be fine. Let's keep going. Yeah, there's the front. Nice paint job again. Oh, shame it's ultramarines. And now we've got the spinny video of it. Oh, the suggested video from good old Duncan. Awesome. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the equivalent of a Rhino or if it's going to be the replacement for a Land Raider. It's an interesting looking vehicle. There has been pictures where it's been spliced with a Land Speeder and a Land Raider and a Rhino, but it's for a Primaris Space Marine force. And the only thing, you know, we opened the Dark Imperium box. We did the unboxing on it. And Phil was saying, why do you seem a bit disappointed? Because I've been hyped for 8th edition for so long. And I've been a bit disappointed, and this is the only thing I can get disappointed about, in the fact that I've got to wait longer for all of the Primaris stuff to come out. So I said it's like having Christmas, and everybody's waiting for Christmas Day, and I've got to wait for 2 or 3 weeks later. So watching everybody do 8th edition
Well,
stuff.
it's probably going to be even more than that, though, because if it goes anything like they did with the Stormcast Eternals, then you're going to be looking at a year-long load of releases. Like you'll have like a month or so, and then there'll be a break, and then you'll get another month of it.
Yeah.
Why have you got to wait an extra 3 weeks? I don't get it.
Because I've got to wait for the book, the codex, to come out. In the actual Index Imperium box, it doesn't have many. It's only got the stuff that's in the starter set. Well, I say starter set, it isn't a starter set. It's only got the models from Dark Imperium, which is the Intercessors, the Inceptors, the Hellblasters, and then the characters. You don't get any of the vehicles or any of the other infantry. So I've got to wait for them to come out before I even pick a chapter that I'm going to go with, because there might be some conversions, there might be some rules depending on what chapter you go with. There's a lot of stuff to choose between. So I'm not going to, on 8th edition, on launch day, I'm not going to pick a chapter and I'm not going to start building them until I know what I'm doing with them.
See, I figured they'd launch everything on the same day.
I hoped they would, yeah.
Well, they definitely confirmed that they're not gonna.
It'd be a lot of stuff, because they said they said vehicles, so you've already got the Dreadnought, you got this new tank that they're showing out, and I reckon there'll probably be more than that one tank as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the Terminators and everything else. So it would be a lot for them to just pile that all into on release day.
Mm-hmm. Blackbeard said first world problems, which it certainly is. I mean, the 8th edition coming out and I've got to wait a couple of weeks. Disgusting. Sort it out, GW. I can't wait. It's exciting. And now I've seen the vehicle, I'm even more excited. I'm pumped. What else have we got in the chat? There's a lot of chat today. Thank you all for joining as well. And we're on over 100 people watching. Thank you for the likes as well. Right, so the back is very similar to the Custodes 30k tank, says Karanis, which it does. The Nebuchadnezzar, that was it. That was the tank, or the ship from the Matrix, which it reminds me of. Horus Lupercal. We've got Horus Lupercal. I've got a traitor in the midst. These look like a Cerestus ram, or Cestus assault ram, that got squashed. Ryan, can't wait to shoot them up with the Lehman Russers. And Anti-Gizmo says they've got to duck. Yes, they do. Okay. We've got Sean from Bleak Table Painting joining us. Welcome, Sean, who's giving us all a shockwave of happiness. And he likes the, he likes the new Repulsor.
That's awesome.
Okay. How many Space Marine tanks are there in the basic GW line? I predict that they will all get remakes. A lot more tanks are incoming. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, I don't know if this is a... I mean, this is a replacement for a Land Speeder. Wait for the replacement on the Land Raider and the Rhinos.
Yeah.
I've got an inkling that this is going to probably replace a couple of the tanks. It may be that you don't get a Rhino or you don't get a Land Raider, and this could be the combination of both of them. Or it could be a combination of the Land Speeder and the Rhino, and you don't get the Land Speeder. So we'll see. Green Stuff Games has joined as well. Welcome. Will Olek looks like Land Speeder and a Land Raider had a love child, but it feels kind of samey. Yeah, I mean, you've got to look at the aesthetics from Space Marines and the Imperium in general, and they've got to make something which looks like a vehicle made by the Mechanicum, effectively. They've got to make it look like that, and it does, but it still looks different enough to call it something different. Akari is surfing Sean's shockwave of happiness, as I think many people are. Shouldn't a Baneblade, where was that gone? That's gone. Oh no, where's it gone?
See, I never really got into the whole, like, the typical tanks in 40k. Like, I just think that they all look kind of the same. But I do actually quite like the custodian, like, tanks or whatever you call them. Because I don't know, they just look a bit different. They're like a bit sort of space agey, aren't they? But that's why I was sort of saying I do appreciate the Necrons to an extent as well, just because they're so different to everything else.
Yeah, they are different. Everything's got their own look, haven't they? There's not many vehicles. They've done a good job differentiating between the different factions and the races.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they'd have with like all the Space Marine type stuff though? Because I think a lot of them look really similar.
Yeah, but like I said, they're all made from the same factories. They're all Mechanicum-based inventions, or they pick up the blueprints for them and make them for the Imperium. So they have to look similar, but with stuff on them to make them different. You can easily tell the difference between a Rhino, a Land Raider, a Land Speeder, if they're your tanks anyway. If you've been in the hobby for a bit, for you, Rachel, you've never done Space Marines. So you looking at a Space Marine tank, you probably think they all look the same, but they don't. They are all different. We'll go through it later. We'll go through all the tanks and we'll show you the difference.
Oh, it sounds like we're in for a fun night, Sam.
I know. I'm excited. I can't wait. Green Stuff Games just had a great day at UK Games Expo. Wargaming Online, are you at UK Expo tomorrow? We'll see. Depending on what Phil's doing, I think he's spending his time with his wife, which he should be doing. And Rachel is away tomorrow. So I think, potentially, if Phil says, let's go to the UK Games Expo, we'll turn up and we'll have a look around. We probably won't film much. We might take the camera down. But it's going to be a very last minute thing if we do end up doing it. So I wouldn't cross your fingers.
It's kind of a shame because I'd have loved to have gone to that.
Yeah, it's board game based, which is more your sort of thing.
Yeah, I'd have been all over that.
Red Cuffs.
Although it's probably good because it would have cost us a fortune.
Yes, and we can't keep spending the way we're spending. Katie Hunter has joined as well. Is calling someone a muppet in the UK a bad thing? I thought it meant you're a goof or something. Completely off topic. If you call
that's what it means here.
Yeah, a muppet. It's just a.
It's like really light-hearted.
Yeah, Rachel calls me.
I always call you a muppet or a tool.
Careful.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Just putting that out there, just in case.
Yeah, Rachel. Remember, family friendly. We're not going to go into insults that can't make it on the our YouTube channel. Right, cool. If a vehicle, this is Horace Lupercal, if a vehicle is boxy enough, that, according to the Mechanicum, it will fly. Yeah. Right, cool. I'm chuffed with that. Looks good. Next thing we're going on to on this update from the Warhammer community is the fate of Connor. I'm going to say Connor. Reminds me of Conan. Fate of Conan. So, for 10,000 years, the Connor system has stood proud and strong. This is an event which is going to be starting in July. It's going to be a worldwide, or a global campaign is what they've called it. Now, the last global campaign that I took part in was I think it was the Eye of Terror campaign, where you logged all of your games in your local stores. You put them all up online as well. It was pretty good, to be honest. I enjoyed it. It got you wanting to play more games at your local stores. It got you wanting to just play games, which is the whole point around Games Workshop. The more you play, the more you'll want to buy, and that works as a business model. So I'm quite looking forward to this. And Surreal, Sam's catchphrase is, I'm chuffed. I'm definitely chuffed at the moment, Surreal. Looks good. Be interesting to see what they do. We've obviously got Wargamer Online campaigns that we want to be running, and we've looked through the rule book for 8th edition to see what there is in there. There's ways to form campaigns. There's at least 3 different types of campaign that you can create from the rule book alone, and they've given you a lot of help in doing this. So we're definitely going to be doing some for the channel. We just need to focus on getting some armies painted and work out how we're going to get them released. So this is a fight over one of the primary planets in the 500 worlds of Ultramar. You'll be able to battle at home or in stores across a variety of planets and war zones in the system. And your games will decide the eventual fate of one of the strategically important worlds in the Segmentum and the Imperium. good. Don't think there's anything bad about them doing that. They've got enough people in Games Workshop that they can do a proper dedicated campaign, and this will be awesome.
Yeah.
And everyone can get involved. Let's quickly go through the chat because it's faster than normal. Minty B from Australia. Welcome, Minty B. Sorry, I got skills. Sorry, late to the party. Is this a skimmer? That was the new Primaris tank, which we don't know what it's going to be at the moment. Is that the rules for it? Strength 7, toughness 8, wounds 13, 3 up. Okay. Not bad. That tank is disgusting, says Captain Rourke Kingsguard. Gross, would never want to see that thing on the field. I think this is the whole point of this hobby, Captain Rourke, in that you might absolutely hate it and somebody else may absolutely love it, and others will just be neutral.
So building off what you were just saying with that, Tom, this is something that always happens to me. Is if I see something like, I don't like that. A lot of the time, my opinion changes when I see it in person, or if I see it when it hasn't got paint on. Is another one, and it can massively change like how people view the actual thing.
Yeah. What, like you'll often prefer it when it hasn't got paint on, or the other way around?
Well, let's say if we use the new tank for example. If I didn't like the way it looked now, my opinion may be different if I had it in my hands to have a look at. And then same again that I sometimes. I'm trying to think of how to put it. I sometimes like things better when they haven't got paint on, because it means I can actually see the model properly then.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
I don't mean as in I would never get it painted. I just mean that it means you can see the model properly then.
Yeah, and it's a blank canvas. I suppose it's like, when if you're looking at a house, for example, sometimes it's better when there's loads of clutter, and it that's why they say keep it neutral, so people can imagine what they would turn it into, sort of thing. And I guess it's exactly the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was just reading the chat while trying to listen to you. I can't do two things at once. James Jones is saying #bully Sam time. That's at the end, James. Don't start it now. It's not fair. It's not fair. I can't take over an hour of bullying. I could take about 10 minutes. Blue Table Painting says, Sean says, when I come to visit the UK, I hope I can also get chuffed about something. He most certainly can. There's a lot to get chuffed about over in the UK. Oh no, I hate this. When you scroll down, it scrolls all the way down, so I miss everything. Horace Lupercal is drinking water. That's nice. Red Cuffs is drinking wine. That's nice. Rachel can definitely agree with that.
I can relate. To be fair, I think someone did ask what's everyone drinking. I don't think people are just, stating it for...
Oh, okay, that's fair enough then. Tom Dunbar. Tom Dunbar, is the pre-orders tonight at midnight UK time? I really think they are midnight. I think you're going to have to keep refreshing the Games Workshop website because it probably will crash.
Is it definitely midnight? Because I thought that there was a year or so back that they changed it so it was the Saturday morning, wasn't it?
It is actually. It was when we were at the shop, it was about 10 in the morning when everything went live. So actually it could be 10 in the morning if it follows that. I haven't been keeping up to date with ordering through the website because we do it through the local shop instead. But I mean, somebody can confirm whether it's 10 o'clock in the morning in the UK or if it's going to be midnight tonight. Let us know.
Have we got ours all sorted then? So we're definitely getting...
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all on the way. Adrian Trevor, are Primaris going to make regular Marines irrelevant? I don't think so. I think at least not initially. It might take a few years before they look at it. I think if you like Space Marines, we talked about this in our previous chat, if you like the current Space Marines, keep buying them. Games Workshop will look at what's being sold, and if they keep selling, they'll keep creating them. If they see a massive shift towards Primaris Marines and nobody's buying current Space Marines, then they may end up phasing them out, but it's all going to be down to what is popular. They might just not produce new models.
It's a lot of stock just to completely drop, isn't it? Because Marines, as it is at the minute, have a load of different units.
Yeah. So
it would be a lot of stuff just to completely just kill straight off. Because you'd need to be looking at something to replace them. Even if you were going to, there would be an upgrade to Primaris. That's a lot of different units to have to do still. And then all the characters and the stuff as well.
Yeah. Red Cuffs, that tank is the tank the Space Marines should always had. have, and Johnny Rockstar is saying I absolutely love it, and every squad is getting one if they can. I think the one thing I'm looking at it now is if you were going to be creating a new tank for your super special Space Marines, would you give it tank tracks? And I think the real answer is if you're landing on alien planets all across the galaxy, you would give it some sort of anti-gravity field so that you can just float over stuff. You're not going to have a really slow tank anymore if you've got the technology to float seamlessly over the surface. In one sense, it doesn't look as cool, or it might not look as cool in your opinion, but I think practicality, it looks like it's going to work a lot better. I think you'll be able to just glide over things.
I don't know. It sounds like to me that's more that could go wrong. I mean, if you just stick some with like those tracks on them, then they're kind of golden. But as soon as you start sticking anti-grav on, it's just something else that can go wrong, Sam.
This is the 41st millennium, Rach. They've probably sorted anti-grav technology out by then. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong and it's still an issue. But if I'm going to be flying around in space, I genuinely think I would be safer on the ground, 2 meters off the ground or whatever. Did Sam decide on a faction for Warhammer 8th edition? I'm doing Primaris Marines, Oracle of God. I just haven't decided on a chapter yet, and I won't.
No, yeah, let's not go down this route again.
Yeah, we'll not talk about it. We'll do it another time.
No, let's not do it another time. Let's just leave it at that until you've decided.
Let's just leave it, says Mike. Right.
Well, it'll change tomorrow anyway, whatever you say tonight.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
10 minutes.
This is what I was trying to avoid.
Right, the last part of this link is chapter approved. This is, I don't know what this is. It says gaming in the 41st millennium. It's going to be released Christmas this year, and it's going to be updated every year. So I thought the General's Handbook was the 8th edition version of General's Handbook was in the normal in the normal rules, which it is. You've got your points, you've got your various ways to play, and you've got all of your background and stuff as well. This chapter approved maybe all of that combined, but as an update. So you keep your main rulebook now, or when you buy it, and every year, rather than buying a new rulebook, you have one of these chapter-approved little books, basically, that just gives you the updates, the FAQs, maybe some more points. We'll see what happens. But yeah, annual updates to 40k 8th edition, which is effectively the General's Handbook. So it's a good thing.
Doesn't sound like a bad thing at all.
No, I mean, and the price as well. If it's going to be like £15-20, having regular updates is better than having armies going stale, I think. All right, let's move on. What we got next? Battle zones. This is another update from the community. We're going to go over this one a bit quicker now, and we've got 3 more tabs to go through. Right, this is talking about the battle zones in 40k. Effectively, you can fight on all these different types of environments. So it could be in the jungles of Catachan, it could be in depths of space, it could be, like Rachel, beneath battling starships. There you go, Rachel. Technology. You got to be worried, just in case they crash from the sky.
Well, that's my point though. If it does crash, why don't you have both? Because then at least if it does crash, you can still move.
So you give it tracks and anti-grav.
Yeah, because then when your anti-grav fails, you can still move. What would happen if it failed? You'd just be stuck there.
I think you wouldn't. I think you would count on it working.
You should never count on things working, Sam. You should expect failure.
Cheers, optimistic talk there, Rach. It was nice. So they've got rules. In the rule book, there are rules to represent all of this sort of stuff in your games. So for narrative games and games where you're going to be wanting to play realistic stuff, this is perfect. It's got 3 ways in the main rulebook: Night Fighting, Psychic Maelstrom, and Fire and Fury. It says to get an idea of how these interact with the game, here's an example. Fire and Fury, rules for battling as all hell rains down around you. I haven't read this one yet, so we'll open it. Units that can fly must roll a dice each time they move in the movement phase. On a 1, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. That's
ouch.
Nasty. The Earth cracks. All move characteristics are halved for units that begin their turn with any models entirely within a terrain feature. Any unit that charges through a terrain feature must roll a dice. On a 1, it suffers D3 mortal wounds. Units that can fly are not affected. So interestingly, they've got the stuff that will affect things that fly and other stuff that affects stuff that doesn't fly.
Yep.
And I would say not flying on that is probably better, because at least you can stay away from terrain features and not worry about rolling dice. Meteoric debris. In each of your shooting phases, place 3 dice numbered 1, 2, and 3 anywhere on the battlefield at least 12 inches apart. Then you roll another dice. If the result matches the number of one of the dice, a flaming chunk of debris crashes into the battlefield at the corresponding dice's location, and every unit within 6 inches suffers D3 mortar wounds. If the result doesn't match any place dice, the debris has landed elsewhere on the planet. Nice thematic narrative game there. Everything just breaking apart and stuff dying all the time. What have we got here? Warlord trait. In this mission, your warlord can choose the following warlord trait: Insane Bravado. This warlord and any friendly units within 8 inches of them do not have to take morale tests.
That could be useful.
That's going to be quite good.
Very useful, because in this game where you're going to be suffering mortal wounds from the environment killing you at every second, you need to make sure you're not going to run away from it. And then you've got extra stratagems that both of you can use. In your shooting phase, you may place 6 dice for meteoric debris rather than 3. The dice should be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In each of your shooting phases. Why would you want to do that? Oh, I suppose if you place them, you can put them where the enemy are. That's interesting.
Yeah, you won't want to put it near you.
Yeah, I was thinking, is it randomised? And you just randomly, you're going to pay 2 command points to place 6 lots of meteoric debris.
If you've got 6 to put down, it's going to depend on what turn it is. To keep them that far apart as well is going to be difficult.
It says you may place 6 dice. It doesn't say you may place up to 6 dice. So I think it is 6 you have to place, and you've got to be 12 inches apart.
So you'd want to be playing on a big table then for that anyway, if you were ever going to take the 6.
Yeah, most definitely. They're saying that basically picture a Black Templar assault on an Orc rock as meteors rain down around them, or a mass regiment of Cadian shock troopers and the Black Legion battling over a ravaged world as their fleets battles for supremacy above. You can't say that isn't cool. You can, but you'd probably be wrong, unless you don't like war, in which case this is probably not the game for you. What else have we got? They can be used in any mission, so you've got replayability, and there's loads of missions in the Warhammer rulebook as well that you can use these on. Brilliant. So we'll end that one, go back onto the good old Wargame Online, and keep reminding me that I need to update that at the end. Let's go through the chat one more time. Oh, there's loads again. We need Phil just to keep up with the chat like he normally does. Grumbleback wants to order the limited edition rulebook. We're going to go on to that in a moment. Momentarily. Horace Lupercal. Well, loyalist scum, I'm going. See ya. Good old traitor.
The Orc Boys has said anti-grav in space where there is no gravity. Touche.
Grumbleback, Midnight UK. What about the States? We're going to have to work out when that is actually going to be, when it is pre-orderable. We'll have to find out, and if we find out, we'll stick it on the Facebook page. Anybody who wants to join our Facebook group, Wargamer Online Space Community, if you search for it on Facebook right now, I will add you in. And I'll put that up. Oh, we've got another one there. We've got a... Can't see. Open chat. Send invite, please. That was you, Rachel. Nice. Right.
Yeah,
if you join the Facebook community group now, I'll accept you. But I'll try and find the release date and I'll put it up on there as a post tonight.
Oh, I've got some ideas here about what would happen if your anti-grav fails. So someone's put Red Cuffs has put deposits a rhino from the rear, which gives it a tow. That'd be awesome.
I actually quite like that.
Slap some repulsors on a track tank and bam, new tank.
Grumbleback, I thought anti-grav was the work of Xenos and witches. Yeah. Yeah, that's not nice, is it? We need to just destroy them.
They're awesome.
Trax is more reliable, less moving parts.
No, I think he was saying no tracks is more reliable.
Oh, no tracks is more reliable. Yeah, sorry, I read that wrong. So we've got a few people agreeing with me, a few people agreeing with Rachel. Not a problem. That's what happens. It's all opinion and blah, blah, blah. It's not science. It's all made up.
How PC of you, Sam.
Can't decide on a chapter, says Oracle of God. 676 Mitch. Hey Mitch, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Vostroyan Primaris Hellblasters, boy. That would be insane. If they had a digital version with auto updates, it would be awesome. It would be a brilliant idea, and it really would be a living rulebook. But trying to balance that with the paper, the hard copies, is probably going to be a bit more difficult. Not sure if you discussed, but I'm not digging the floating Land Raider. We have discussed it, Mitch, and I think it is hit and miss, and it's based on your opinion whether you like it or not. And he says, anybody think it's a lazy design? It is similar to a Land Speeder and a Land Raider combined, but I think they have to keep the aesthetics somewhat similar. And to be honest, I like it, and I think the more I look at it, I like it. And if I see it in person, I will probably buy a few of them. But I can understand if you don't like them. It's literally your choice. Welcome, Kirk, to the Facebook group. I will accept you there. Right, Captain Rourke slapped some repulsors on a track tank and bam, new tank. Yeah. So some people like them, some people don't. It's fair enough. DJ the lucky one, the terrain rules back up Rachel. Yeah, they do. And Akaria, meteoric debris, Lord Croak's shenanigans, which is your sort of thing, isn't it, Rach?
Oh, hell yeah.
Meteors coming down from the sky. RGW going to sell out of Dark Imperium? I don't know, Toby. Potentially. And Johnny Rockstar, I'm surprised they haven't got a Lizardman faction in 40k. Oh, it's one they can include. And you've got the rats as well. What are they called? The Harud? Or Harud?
What, they already got them?
Well, they're in the story, but they're not in as models. And they could be either rats in like robes with old flintlock style rifles, but there's also an alien version of them, which is just a bunch of creepy looking aliens that hide in the dark. There's different versions of them, so I'm not sure whether they are space rats or not. Would be good though. What's the clock in the UK now? It is 9:30 or 20 to 10. So there you go. Imperial Guard versus Custodes on Monday. Why Custodes, GW? Probably to show how devastating Custodes are when they're chopping units of Cadians into pieces, and then when the Land Raiders just drive over the Custodians, how susceptible they are to tanks. 2 miniguns on the turret looking bad. It'd be interesting. Maybe we should put a poll on the Facebook group. We don't really do negativity, but it'd be interesting to see who likes it and who doesn't. Just a simple, I like it or I don't. And we'll see how many people will like it one way or the other. And it's all opinion based, so it's not like they can get it right every time anyway. What's
this deodorant tank that everyone's talking about?
I remember the deodorant tank too.
What even is that?
Old deodorant hover tank from White Dwarf years and years ago. I'm not sure. Again, stick it on the Facebook group, Carl, if you wouldn't mind, and we'll have a look at that later. Sean remembers it. Sean's been in the game for a long time, so he knows his stuff. And if anybody hasn't actually been over to Blue Table Painting, he's still doing the almost daily videos on Blue Table Painting channel, which are always brilliant. They brighten up your day. Every single day, you just need to watch one of his videos and he will send a shockwave of happiness to you. So it's worth checking them out.
Okay, it's an old conversion that was in the White Dwarf.
Sean says, I saw a Photoshop version of the Repulsor without the turret and it looks pretty slick. But maybe just don't put the turret on. Oh,
there's a shower gel tank too.
That's like your coffee cup drop pods, Rachel.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Brilliant stuff. Right, we've degraded the chat to condiment wars. That's Wargamer Vikings condiment war equivalent, really. 12 Neef, welcome 12 Neef. Thank you for joining. Let's go on to the next bit. So this is Warscroll Builder. We only talked about this last week or the week before, and we said that how awesome Warscroll Builder is, and if you're not using this already, it's definitely recommended. So much so that Games Workshop has seen the possibility of using this for themselves, and they're getting on board straight away. So they're working with Tony, I think his name is Tony something. There we go, Tony Pacheco. I've probably destroyed that name, but Tony created Warscroll Builder, and he did it initially just for his local group to make it easier to create your army lists and play games a little bit better. And it's so useful that Games Workshop have now gone, yeah, we'll take that and we'll work with you to make this an official way to create your army lists. And I'm definitely happy about this. It's an incredible thing to do. And you've started using it, Mike, for the first time. You never bothered in the past, but what do you think so far from using it?
Oh, it's so much quicker. It's so much quicker just to scroll, find what you want, click of a button. There you go. It's added to the list. It just speeds everything up, and you've not got to go searching for everything now. So I really like it.
Fast. It's so fast. I prefer the website more than the app, to be honest, because I don't like the touchscreen on the phone. Whereas just being able to
see, I've only been on it on my phone, so
I just like.
I didn't know there was an app. I just always go onto the website, even when I'm on my phone.
No, there is an app for Age of Sigmar, and they're going to be bringing one out for 40k as well.
Oh, okay.
Warscroll Builder also links to the PDF of the unit as well. Right, let's just go through this for anybody who hasn't used it. I've not used it on the Warhammer Community page yet, but if you are on here, it's warhammer-community.com/warscroll-builder, which gets you onto here. But if you just type in Warscroll Builder, it will pop up. What's this one do? Does that just open the same page that I'm on? Yes, it has. Okay, so this is General Handbooks 1. You've got General Handbooks 2, which is in trial at the moment, but that is due to be released this summer. I think it might be July, August time for that. So let's go General's Handbook 1. I'm going to click on Destruction because Aurochs are the best. And we're going to click on Iron Jaws because Iron Jaws are the best of the Aurochs. So you click on that, and then you just add whatever you want in here. You've always got to have, just so you know, when you play in a Iron Jaw army, you have to take a Mega Boss, otherwise you're going to lose every single game. You don't. Sometimes they're useless, but you have to take one thematically because they're awesome. You can select whether they're your general, and if they are, they get access to items, artifacts. There we go. What else have we got? Oh no, they get access to. Why is that? That's weird. Oh yeah, sorry, that's the command trait. So you get your command trait for playing as Destruction, and then you've got your artifacts as well, and then you just add in whatever else you want. Brutes, because again you take nothing else, and like this, behemoths, Iron Jaws don't have any, so there's none to click on. They don't have war machines, so there's none to click on. You've got battalions, so if you're playing a set detachment, a set battalion, I use Iron Fist quite regularly because it gives you extra movement, and it's 60 points for this. And then at the bottom you can pay for scenery. Oh look, you have to pay for Wildwoods now if you're not Allegiance. That was it. And it's free. We got so many on that. When you're playing Sylvaneth, all of these Wildwoods are free, and they are disgustingly good.
I think it always says that you have to pay for them. It's only if you do. It's always been if you only change your allegiance to Sylvaneth that it will say that it's
free.
Free. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And then at the bottom you can save it. It tells you how many points you're on out of how many you're selecting. What's this heart thing? What's that all about? 37 wounds. Okay. It's good. It's quick. It's easy. And you can switch things in and out. So if you know you don't want to be taking that Brutes and you change your mind, you just put in something else. And you just check your points at the bottom. So really cool. Quite a long bit there, just really going over the Warscroll Builder website. But if you haven't seen it already, definitely use it for Age of Sigmar. When the 40k version is available, I will be using that for my army building 100%.
I didn't realise about the wounds thing. It'd be interesting for us to see. So that last game that me and you played, it'd be good to see how many wounds you had against how many wounds I had.
Yeah, I can probably work it out.
I reckon there's a bit of a misbalance.
What did I have? 2 units of Brutes and 2 units of Ard Boys. And then I had an Auric Mega Boss and a weird Knob Shaman. I had 83 wounds, Rachel.
Yeah, I don't think I had that many.
No, I don't think so.
Well, see how many I had.
Oh, really? Live? Okay, come on then. Quickly.
Why not? Okay, right. Okay, so it's Landstar Master.
Oh, God, we're doing this. Landstar Master, yeah.
I had a Bastillodam.
Quicker.
Yeah.
2 Chameleon Skinks, like 2 units of Chameleon Skinks.
Where are Chameleon? There they are, yeah.
And 2 units of Saurus Guard.
Okay. You had 35. So I had 83 wounds, you had 35. And that game's going up on Sunday, so you can try that out. Right, let's go off this one. So we're done with Warscroll Builder for the moment. We're going to go through the chat, and then we're going to go on to the next bit, which is Thousand Sun Faction Focus. No, we're not. We're going to do limited edition quickly, and then we're going to do Thousand Suns. For now, we'll go back to the website. Right, what have we got in chat? Oh, Rachel, stop talking about food. Grumbleback, there's a trial heading for General's Handbook 2 as well on the AOS Builder, yep. Love the way GW have changed their ways for the better, the Orc Boy says. It's been enlightening, to be honest. And when we were at Warhammer Fest, I'm going to just move a little bit. I'm really warm. Do need the window open, really. To be honest.
I thought your window was open, isn't it?
It's closed at the minute because I didn't want bugs flying in and like... Anyway. It was really nice speaking to Games Workshop at Warhammer Fest and how open they are and wanting to work with YouTube channels and things like that. It was great. Phil had a wonderful conversation with I think it was the head of the community team, and it's exciting looking at the way that Games Workshop is going in every direction now for every part of it. It's going to be brilliant working with the community and making an awesome business at the same time. Anyway, let's keep going. Beer Hammer and Pour Hammer, which is better? I'd probably say Beer Hammer. James is talking about brown sauce. HP for the win, Rachel.
I mean, he is correct, so.
Sam, small blue question mark at the bottom of the unit entry. Oh, okay. I should have read that before. Thank you, Akaria. Captain Rourke lies. The ratty men are the best. And they got spammers. Check this out. Loads of spammers. I apologise about this. Why is this? Earth is flat. We're on 183 people watching, and I think it's all because we've got spammers talking about the Earth. Oh my god. Right, let's just get.
I do love that out of all the things that you could spam, though, they came onto this chat.
Yeah, you know what? The world is definitely in need of helping. Don't trust the NSA, it says. I don't know what you do when you're dealing with this sort of spamming.
I think you meant to move on, Sam.
I'm trying to filter the spam from everything else. The Earth is flat. Research it. If anybody was, in a, a bit worried, the Earth isn't round. It's flat. Just so you're aware. We were created. We are the center of the universe. You're getting raided. Flat Earth is no joke. The only thing they took to space is your imagination. Well, I mean, we gave you a thumbs up. Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Thank you very much for the thumbs up.
Yeah, but why has nobody fallen off the Earth then if it's flat?
I don't know.
What was the next topic?
I'm quite liking this topic. I mean, we do a lot about
debate about whether the Earth is or is
research
not flat.
it. I mean, the joke is it is not a joke. Fair enough. NASA lies about everything. All people need to wake up. That's a lot of people with a lot of time. I appreciate the effort that's gone into this. You were given the blue pill. Earth is not a sphere. Wake up. Incredible. We're almost at 200 people watching, talking about the Earth is flat. Let's go on to the next topic. Right, what have we got here?
Oh, I love this. If the Earth is flat, why can't I see the Statue of Liberty from the UK? Okay, I'm sorry, you tried to move on there.
Great, so you can filter out the normal chat.
Yeah.
There we go, we do that. They are serious. They are serious. This is why.
My dice falls off the edge of the Earth.
This is why the Inquisition exists, people. This is just massive trolling. None of them believe it. I don't know. They're pretty dedicated. Independent for Christ. The Earth is flat and is a big deal. It sure is, buddy.
I don't think anyone these days can believe that the Earth is flat.
Look, they're not trolls. They are just genuinely trying to spread the message.
I mean, he said we're not trolls, so I mean, you've got to sort of take them at face value.
I fully believe it. Not a joke, not trolling. We are real. Check it out. Exterminatus on these scary people. This is why Exterminatus exists.
Space is fake.
Yeah, we understand it's flat. I think every single person in this chat understands it's flat.
I mean, I think my 3 years of a physics degree was all a complete waste of time. I mean, listening to these guys.
It wasn't a waste of time. You were just wrong. Not a problem. Right. So we've got limited editions coming out, and you need to be first in the line for the pre-orders. It says in stores June the 17th.
Where are you seeing this, just so I can get it up to have a look at it? Because I haven't seen this yet.
Warhammer Community, Baz, who runs the Edinburgh store, I think he still runs the Edinburgh store up in Scotland, and he did the unboxing on the Dark Imperium as well as doing the unboxing on this limited edition book, and it looks awesome. So there's only 2,000 of these available. You need to be pre-ordering it immediately if you basically want it. So we'll find out the release date, the pre-order date if we can, and we'll put it up on the Facebook page. But you get a lot of stuff. As we've seen with a lot of Games Workshop's limited editions, there's a ton of hardback books. There's loads of nice fancy stuff inside it. We've got nice dice, we've got the measuring counters, we've got the tokens. There's an art book, which was a stunning art book. It's definitely worth checking this video out on the Warhammer Community page just to get a look at it. But here's the front cover. Just a proper fantastic looking leather-bound book with loads of scroll and stuff down the side of it.
Is there only a video for it, or is there an actual picture somewhere?
There's pictures on the community page, and then there's also the video that you can watch as well. Martin Thompson, at what time does the pre-order start? I'm not sure, Martin. After this has gone through, I'll do my best to find out, and I'll pop it up.
I think someone did mention, actually, I think it might have been Akai said it was 10 a.m. British Standard Time.
Okay. There is a video, yeah. Lane Smith, NASA is using you. That's a shame. I don't think they got much use for me, Lane. But
Yeah, I don't think they're getting much back.
it's a lot of effort. A lot of effort. Ranger plays. Can I ask a question? Yeah, go for it, Ranger. Terrible minute to join the chat. Hi, folks. Neil Young. Welcome, Neil.
Hi, Neil. Yes, it has stopped, Blams.
You don't need math to understand your world. Your sense will do. How many came for the flat Earth and stayed for the Warhammer? That is a good question. That is a very good question, Surreal.
Oh my god, what a legend.
Ranger plays. I just managed to get a Storm Talon. I wonder, will non-Primaris Space Marine models not be fieldable anymore? They will be fieldable. Do not worry, Ranger. At least for a few years. And if you keep on buying normal Space Marines, they will keep on selling them. I got skills. NASA's budget is nothing next to that of military industry. You're the ones being hoodwinked. Karanis, I will try to ask a game with a spam pause now. Will any of the Wargamer Online crew be going to GW's GTs in the future, either AOS or 40k? Yes, Karanis. We've got the armies. We're starting to build all of the armies. And Rachel is probably going to be going to as many grand tournaments as possible. Next year at Warhammer Fest, I think there's at least going to be 2 or 3 of us entering as well. You play more games than anything, don't you, Rach?
Yeah, that's mostly what I do, to be fair. I say mostly, I don't paint, so...
Not yet.
Yeah, Sam's trying. He's trying to get that happening. But no, there was a couple of tournaments coming up or competitions or something that I'd be interested in doing. It's just, I think some of them were at bad times, because isn't there one this weekend or next weekend or something like that?
Yeah.
Like a doubles one or something. So yeah, I will do, but it's just finding the right one.
And the time to go and do it as well.
And that, yeah.
The Gaffer 87's joined. Welcome, the Gaffer. Is anybody entering the Blood Bowl tournament in August? I don't think we are. Check Phil's post of Wargamer Online Facebook. What is Phil posted, Akaria? Wait, this was the beard. This was the beard tournament.
Oh yeah, of course it was.
Yeah, Martin, can you guys talk a little about what, Martin? Richard
give us the topic, Martin, and we'll go for it.
Richard Wilkinson, what have I missed? Horrific
Nothing.
Spammer, please ban.
Nothing at all.
There's just been Earth people talking about the flat Earth and things. Anyway, let's get back to this. The Dark Imperium Limited Edition. So it's 368 pages. It's hardback. It's got a soft touch cover and leather wrapped spine. It's got gold foiling and artwork from the new game. And the artwork is amazing. We've seen it in person. We recommend it completely. The artwork is great. The pages are gilt edged, and the book includes 2 marker ribbons in black and gold, so it looks and feels like an artifact. of the from the 41st millennium. So the content has got Roboute, as Conrad would say, Guilliman leading his Indomitus crusade across the galaxy, bringing him back to Ultramar, where the Pustulant Death Guard are laying siege to the 500 worlds. And as if that wasn't enough, this edition also includes an exclusive short story in the Grim Darkness. So each copy is individually signed by author Guy Haley and numbered from an edition of just 1,000. And it's only available to order from blacklibrary.com from this Saturday. There we go. Sorted. What else have we got in the chat? Maybe there is a filter to make it only subs. I'm not sure, to be honest. We haven't looked into the whole how YouTube works. We just kind of boot up and start streaming, really.
And hope for the best.
And hope for the best. And then when we get Earth people on, it's do what you can. If you could start an AOS army from scratch, which would you choose? For me, it's got to be humans or dark elves whenever they are released. If you're on about from scratch from the ones that I've done, I've only done Iron Jaws for Age of Sigmar. Let's do it from which one are you going to be doing next, I'd say. So Rachel, what are you going to be starting after the Seraphon?
Oh, I think if they redid High Elves, I'd be tempted to play them again.
What was Nicholas Cabal doing? Was he the Earth Spammer?
Yeah, I'd had enough of him by now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, I'd probably do High Elves if they redid them.
Okay.
But to be honest, I'm not desperate to move away from Seraphon. I'm actually really liking them. It's like before our battle report yesterday, it's like I was saying to you, I could literally just whip up a list in like 5 minutes sort of thing and try something not completely different, but fairly different. And I do love that about them. And I think if they redid High Elves, they'd have to be the same sort of thing. Like you'd still have to have that flexibility for me to want to do them. But I do think they are all like super pretty because you've got your eagles, your phoenixes, your dragons, lots of magic. So yeah, as long as they combined it all into one thing, because I think when I looked at them before, a lot of them are separate. So to be able to use like I think it's the Phoenix Guard, you can only use like a very small number of models if you use them as your battle line, for example.
Okay.
So I'd want them to be redone, I guess.
It's all about magic for you as well. In 8th edition fantasy, the magic phase took hours, not minutes.
Yeah.
Days.
Just want to go on this as well. Sean said, I noticed the Primaris Rhino can't transport Primaris Marines unless I read it wrong. You definitely didn't read it wrong. I think it's effectively the command tank, which they sell at Warhammer World, not a Primaris equivalent Rhino, because it doesn't make sense otherwise. You wouldn't buy a Primaris Rhino to transport normal troops. You would only use it for Primaris. So I think they've just called it the Primaris, but it is the equivalent of the command tank. I don't think that is the Primaris Rhino, by the way. If it is, they've messed up with not letting Primaris actually stand inside it. What else have we got in the chat? SLA Industries open day September the 2017. We talked about that. We're going to do a separate show on SLA Industries because they've got some really nice backgrounds, some nice models as well. And we've got some stuff from them at ChillCon, so we're going to go through that. Akari, my plans for getting a girlfriend this summer have just gone out the window. Need a moderator. Is that linked together? Just because you're going to be moderating instead of getting a girlfriend?
I think he was referring to
the spam. That's fair enough. Martin Thompson, detachment across the index. The preview showed a hidden advantage to Chaos and Marines as they have a common faction word across the entire codex, unlike Xenos. Example follows. I can make a heavy demon detachment, a Death Guard elite formation, and a Khorne fast detachment. They all have Chaos as a faction keyword. Xenos can't do this. It depends, because I mean, Chaos as a whole is always going to be a lot bigger, really, and same with the Imperium. Those two are huge. Whereas if you look at Xenos, they're very much their own race, aren't they? Necrons don't really go with Eldar. Eldar as a whole, you've got Dark Eldar, which are now the Drakari. You've got Craftworld, which was Eldar, and you've got the Harlequins. So those three may all share the same keywords. But Necrons and Tyranids aren't going to share the same keyword. So I think because Chaos as a whole is Chaos, it will always share that. But you can definitely get some more interesting like armies between that. Devil Mixer, the 4 type of Eldar can do it. What's the 4th one? What have I missed, Mike? Dark Eldar.
Inari. That's the one.
That's it, yeah. Inari. Gene Stealer Cult and Nids can do it as well. There we go. Right, what else have we got? Are any of you guys, so this is Barhammer, familiar with the 9th Age project? If so, any thoughts of it? I'm on the conceptual design team there and would love to see you guys take a look at it. If you send us a link on Facebook afterwards, Barhammer, I'll definitely take a look at it. Especially if there's some concept stuff there. So we'll have a look. I haven't seen it yet. Akara is still working on Seraphon, wants to do Oryx. Yes, you should. They're amazing.
Well, that's the wrong choice.
Richard Wilkinson, what's Seraphon? That's my army. Lizards on dinosaurs. What's not to love? This is true.
Oh, okay. So Ranger Plays has asked, does anyone here love the Dawn of War PC games? I actually haven't played them. Have either of you?
Yes.
Years ago, I think I had to go at some of them. I can't even remember which ones it was.
Yeah, I've not played the new one.
But they were alright, but I don't think, at the time, I don't think I really knew what I was doing on them, to be honest. So I never really got that much into it.
I have been loving the cinematics for... Is it Total War?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is super cool. I'd actually like to really like to try that.
Well, is that
just because you got Seraphon in the clips?
No,
yeah.
No, and it's because there's high elves.
It does look like
both your armies and that.
Yeah.
And then my army, dark elves as well. You got Malekith walking across, and then he meets Teclis, and Teclis is like Rachel's favourite elf because it just casts magic constantly.
He is a legend.
Right. What else have we got? I bought the command tanks last week. It's the special version. Yeah, there we go. So it is called a Primaris Rhino, but it is the command tank. And we're going to see proper Primaris transports later on. We've seen the first one today. We'll see the rest in the future, and I'm sure it's not going to be long.
Guys, was there a 40k movie?
Yes, a 40k movie. It was Ultramarines.
I only had that on yesterday.
I haven't watched it, and because a lot of people said not to watch it because it can ruin it, but I might watch it just to give it a go.
When did that come out?
I don't know.
10 years maybe? 6-7 years?
So I had it on, but I was only listening to it while I was painting. I have watched it before a while ago. It's okay. I don't think I'd pay money to go and watch it.
Neil.
Pink's just put, we don't talk of the Ultramarine movie. See, that's a shame because I sort of didn't have much expectations for the World of Warcraft movie, and actually that ended awesome.
Even with me just talking all the way through it, say there's Stormwind's there. The flight path's in exactly the right point. They're flying over the mountains. They go.
You were so cute watching that, Sam. You little nerd came out.
It's never away. I'm always a nerd. I played Warcraft for so many years, many years, and a lot of time spent.
What was the name of that for the film? It was when the mage did the what's the thing that the mages do? Teleport. Yeah, when that came on, I was speaking to a partner. That's what I used to do in the game.
Yeah.
She's just sat there. Right. Okay.
Yeah, she was probably watching it as just a normal film.
Yeah.
But whereas me and Mike are both saying, "Oh, he's obviously got to that level to get teleport to Stormwind. That's awesome. Nice one, buddy."
I used to get paid to do that.
Yeah, he used to give me gold to get teleports across the world of Warcraft.
That's the thing. Like, I played a bit of WoW enough that I could appreciate some of the things in the film, but not to the point where Sam was going, "Yeah, you would have to fly over there to be able to get there."
Do you think Games Workshop would ever look at trying to do a live action movie like that?
Oh, I think they should. I actually think there's so many great games out that they really should, like, and you've just got to look at like the Tomb Raider movies, for example. Like that first one was a huge hit. So if you start taking like big video games like that and turn them into films, I think a lot of the time they would be really successful.
Yeah.
It would definitely be interesting to see one.
Yeah. No, I totally love it. I really hope they do a second WoW film.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be great.
Ranger Plays is saying great mods, especially for the first ones. I think that's going back to what we talked about, Dawn of War. Yeah, I played the one. I think it was It had Necrons in it.
Oh,
Soulstorm,
that
maybe?
might have been the one that I played. I'm just trying to see if I can find it in here.
Yeah, it was good anyway.
I'm sorry, I've just read Pink's comment. I got told off for getting my little nerd out at the
well done, Pink. Well done. Dark Crusade. There we go, Ryan. Cheers.
Yeah, so hang on. I've just found the buttons. So you got Dark Crusade, Winter Assault, and then just all. So that was what I'd played. So it was a long while ago.
Yeah, I don't really like strategy games. I find them a little bit boring. I prefer action games because we end up just playing. You end up with the same sort of tactics over and over again. It's not as, or it feels like that anyway. You end up just, certain games. It was Age of Empires where you just build a wall and then you get all your. I mean, it was a great game. I did it for hours and hours and hours. I must have spent 200-300 hours on Age of Empires, but I did the same thing every single game. You had one game plan.
Like you play Civilization though, don't you?
Yeah, but I only kill stuff. I don't actually do anything.
Well, it seems you like the action side of it. And that. Like, what did you think to Space Marine?
Amazing. Probably one of my favourite games of all time. Space Marine was so good. And even I could even play that now. Games get advanced and the graphics get better, and I generally like playing newer stuff. But Space Marine is one game that I would go back to, no problem at all.
Because the only downside I had to it when I think I might even still have it somewhere, was that there didn't seem to be that many people playing online, or there was no one playing with me online anyway. So it got a little bit boring on that front. But overall, I really liked the game.
It was amazing. It felt like Gears of War, but without needing to hide because you're in Space Marine armor. You start hiding behind a wall isn't going to happen as a Space Marine. You run forward.
No. You're jumping right into the mix.
And you just chainsawing orcs to pieces. It was brilliant. And the voice acting they had on it was great. I liked the story. It wasn't too long, so it didn't bore me. And you can replay it and try different things out. And when you get to the point of the game where you have a jump pack and a thunder hammer, it just becomes so much fun. You just like swatting orcs all over the place.
Well, the online side of it, the multiplayer was good though as well because of the customization that you had.
Yeah, it was
like
amazing.
either creating your own chapter, picking one, changing armor plates. So what was the other one that I think it's out on PC at the minute, but I think it's still got to come out on consoles. Is it Eternal Crusade? Is that the one?
Yeah, the one that was supposed to be an MMO, but then it's now an event, a normal killy game. Yeah, third person shooter, team v team. I think when that comes out on console, we'll definitely be picking that up anyway.
Yeah, definitely going to give it a go.
Yeah. Karanis, totally with you on Warcraft, Sam. Yeah, Warcraft's amazing, Karanis. It took my life away. Blue Table Painting, the Warcraft movie was amazing. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was amazing. Someone's trying to self-fund a fan film called Inquisitor, Ranger Play says, and that looks good. I don't know how many hours has gone into doing that first trailery bit that they've done, but it does look incredible.
I think I might have seen that.
You will have done. I think we shared it everywhere. Sean Rogers, do you like Legion? Yes, I loved it. Apart from the world of Questcraft, every single day doing your daily quests, it stopped me playing it. And seeing every single person in the guild getting legendaries, and even though I was doing every single thing available to me, not getting a legendary, I stopped playing it after that. What else we got? Oh, it's done that Skippy thing again.
Skippy thing again?
Where it just skips. Brian, such one I predict there will be a lot.
Chat.
Yeah, it's fine. A lot of off the beaten path stuff. So yes to jet bikes. Yeah, there's going to be new jet bikes coming out. That's from Brian Montgomery. Yeah. Do you think that jet bikes will be back since we're getting the Repulsor tank? I think we're going to see a lot of anti-grav vehicles, much to Rachel's happiness. Did you get any info about the Primaris Dread or the missing units to Death Guard? Will these be in the pre-order or the future? I think there's more in the line for Primaris and the Nurgle coming out. The Dreadnought, I think the thing that I liked, I can't remember if they were saying that the front hatch, the bit that goes up over the top, can actually go up or down. And I'm not sure whether you can even put that on hinges and make it go up or down, but it was awesome. The scale of it was great, much better in person as well. It didn't look as clunky in certain places.
Well, yeah, because that was the thing, because with the pictures we'd seen for the Dreadnought, it was just in that static pose, wasn't it? But the model that was at Warhammer Fest, it was like it was striding forward. And I think they said that the waist and the knees are adjustable, I think. So you've got a bit to be able to play with for posing.
I've stuck my little fan on, by the way. If you let us know on the chat if you can actually hear that. If not,
I can't hear it.
Okay, that's good then. At least I won't die of heat exhaustion.
But the new Primaris models and the Nurgle models are really nice. So if anyone hasn't seen them in person yet, get down to pre-orders tomorrow, because all the stores you should have, I think they'll all have a set in.
Yeah.
To have a look at, and the models are incredible. Really,
it looks
nice
more
models.
like it can move as well. The Dreadnought looks like it can go a bit better. It's more dynamic than the chunky current Dreadnought. The only one I like at the moment is the Contemptor, and I also like the Leviathan. The more and more that I see the Leviathan, it's great. I think some consideration is being given to synergy and tactical roles for new models, even the Primaris Rhino, which we've seen bring some depth to the game. Yeah. Dark Crusade, that's what it was called. Did they change it from Dark Crusade to Eternal Crusade then? Because we definitely
Which one are we talking? Well, hang on, Dark Crusade. That's the
no, that's the Dawn of War. I'm reading something else. I'm going to keep going.
Right, okay.
My chat's going everywhere. I'm trying to keep up with everything. I apologise if you've said something and I've missed it for whatever reason. Back to Warhammer Movers. Mike's upset because no one was playing with me online. We call that.
We call it what?
God say it. God say it. Oh, Rachel said it.
Too late.
I didn't hear it. Messaging me after.
My mistake for admittedly buying it. What's that, Rachel?
Oh, I think Neil Young was saying he bought something from Warhammer Fest, and then his wife took it off him so his kids could give it him for Father's Day.
That's harsh. I did that for my birthday. I bought stuff, didn't I?
Okay, so I'll tell like the actual story. So he went to Forge World. He's like, "Can I buy this?" And I was like, "Well, it is your birthday coming up, so you know what? Just spend a bit extra, get it for your birthday, and then when you get home, I'll wrap it up for you." And his birthday was like a week off, if that. And then he gets home, and I'm like, "Okay, show me what you bought, then, and I'll wrap it up for you." Oh, no, I need all of this now. None of this is for my birthday.
Tell me you just got some old boxes out and gave to him.
No, he just refused to give me any of it. He's like, "I need a separate birthday present." I was like, okay.
What I said was, what I actually did was I got a Custodes Dreadnought for Rachel as well at the same time. And because it was Rachel's, I said, "Here you go, you can give me this for my birthday."
Problem is, I knew that it was a custodian one.
And she's like, "That's mine." I was like, "Yeah, give it me for the birthday." The worst thing is I've not done anything with the other stuff. It was the word bearer models that I've not done anything with yet. So I didn't need them, but I wanted them. I feel your pain, Neil. I feel your pain. Ranger Plays. If you put videos on the Facebook page, anything hobby related, go to the Facebook group and post them on there, because this chat disappears. You can't click on it afterwards. But the Facebook will be there. Graphics in Space Marine look better than the Ultramarine movie.
Yeah.
My crew is going to be painting a lot of Primaris Marines, says Sean. Yes, they definitely are. There's going to be an absolute a hurricane. Tidal wave. Tidal wave sounds better. You don't have any fans though, Sam. Oh, cheers, Ryan. Everyone likes Mike and Phil and Rachel. I get the bullying though. You know, that's one thing I definitely do get. It's worth it.
Has it got to that time yet for the bullying?
Almost.
I kind of like you a little bit, Sam. I think you're all right.
You married me. You have to like me. I think that's in the contract. How many years of marriage now?
By law. I think we're up to about 6, nearly 6.
7 into this year, or was it 6 this year?
No, 6 this year.
It's all right then. I've done all right.
Yeah, we've done all right.
Sean, your chats fly by, very pleasant. Your pacing and tone are just right, and the family friendly is a great touch. One of many things that will contribute to your great success. Thank you, Sean. And he's off. See you later, Sean. He's gone.
See you.
Pink's giving you the biggest backhanded compliment ever.
He always does. It doesn't matter.
What did he say?
I like you, Sam. Makes me feel better about myself.
Oh, and I just see Nathan. I'm a fan of Sam. He's got the beard, right? No, Nathan, you're talking about Phil. I'm Sam. I'm the lobster-toned skin reflection you're seeing right now. I don't even know why I do these. I come on and I get bullied. Black Templars for my
Ranger Players is playing Overwatch. Good game.
We're playing Overwatch on the Xbox. Why doesn't Rachel have
Oh,
her
I
own
haven't played
magic
it
channel?
yet.
Don't worry.
That should be a thing.
What, Rachel's magic phase?
Yeah.
My Minty B, I'm making an army of Castellan robots. Grow a bigger beard, says Brad Lever. I can't. I just need to hit puberty. This is just as best as I can get. It's just scruff. It grows, look at this. It grows down the neck, and then I just get a huge red neck, and that's it. Nothing grows on the cheeks whatsoever. So I just shave and just leave it, and then realise that I'm never going to be a proper man. So,
Sam, you have a fan.
Sam is. No, I like this. Hold on. We've got a nice comment here.
You sounded really shocked about that as well, Rach.
What was the go on then, Rachel? Go on, Rachel. You seem really happy.
What?
Oh, what was it?
It got skills. Says you're cool, Sam. Don't listen to the haters, man.
Ah ha ha! I take that ah ha ha as ah ha ha ha. Joking. JK. You're not cool.
And apparently the correct answer to how many years has we been married, you should have said we've been married more years than you deserve.
That's brilliant, Surreal. I'm going to use that from now on. You don't know what I'm going to put up with, though. Rachel's lucky in her own right as well, aren't you, Rach?
We're both lucky, dear.
Yeah, Rachel's got an excellent cleaner. I'm just going to say that. Sam is too pretty to be a gamer. Most of us tend to be trolls, that or warrior gods with beards. Grow a bigger beard, we've read that. You're cool, Sam, we've read that. I'm making an army of Primaris with normal marine legs. Emperor's wieners. I have to see them. Drink gin every night for 5 years, you will age quickly. That's Phil's favourite drink.
Yeah. You did have a shot at gin, though, whiskey, though, didn't you? But I don't think that was your drink.
I didn't have a shot at it. I downed it in like an hour. And almost had to go to hospital. Ashley Perkins, Sam can't grow a beard. Check out his Pritt stick bill. Yeah, I just stick all of this on. This is from the dog, our white dog. It's not from the dog.
Giving you a ginger beard.
Make it 20. You look like me. That's drinking gin every night for 20 years, and you'll look like me.
So I thought it was about being married for 20 years.
No. Drinking gin. New channel promo. Sam grows a beard until 1 million subs, then he shaves. If I did that, 1, we're not going to hit 1 million subs, but 2, it would just be neck. There wouldn't be anything else. There's nothing would still grow here. Why did YouTube recommend this for me? I Wantel Banquo. I don't know. Do you like Warhammer, or are you not interested in the slightest? We play with toy soldiers, we talk about it, and we go through Games Workshop's website. I
love the idea of someone like tuning in there and just going, "Why am I here?"
Yeah. Well, this is what happens with YouTube. It's that thing, isn't it? You click, and then 3 hours later you're in a different part of the internet and you don't know what's happened. Here we go. He's joined in. Gin tonic is the best. You found a place. There you go. Here we go, buddy. You found something to talk about. Right, the last bit we're going to go on to is Thousand Suns faction focus. We're going to get back on this, and this is what happens when we go to the chat. We just read the chat. Faction focus for Thousand Suns. Right. In the past, so what have these had in the past? 3-up AP3 weapons, so they were really good at killing Marines. They had their invulnerable saves as well, but they were expensive as hell, and they've said that in here. They were just expensive, and they're now looking to change that. So the leader for Thousand Suns is their Primarch, Magnus the Red, and he's an absolute beast. I don't know, I mean, stats-wise, he's toughness 7. He's got 18 wounds. And a 4-up invulnerable save, and he's got +2 to his casting, and he can cast 3 spells a turn. This is the sort of monster that Rachel should be taking in her army.
What has he got his normal save there?
Normal save, I haven't seen it, so no. But I imagine it's going to be a 2-up. It's got to be a 2-up.
Okay, yeah.
To be fair, if I was going to go for a Primarch, he probably would be the one.
Yeah.
If not, that was the guy with wings.
This has got wings, Rachel. This is Magnus.
The other guy with wings. I know, but Magnus
Sanguinius,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the one you saw with the big wings that you like, though, and you cast
magic.
No,
I know. I do like him. I think he's awesome, but I always just think of Magnus, and I think that's Phil's.
Onto his stats as well. He's got 16-inch movement, which is super fast. He's got 7 attacks, and it says here 16 strength 16. What is this madness? I know they said stats were going to go above 10, but I've not seen anything go above 10 yet.
I missed that. What was that?
He's got strength 16.
What, standard?
Yeah, I don't know if this is... I don't know what's going on. AP -4 that do flat
Ouch.
3 damage each. So 7...
Ouch.
how many attacks did I say it was?
I don't know.
7. 7
I was
attacks.
still trying to go with the strength.
Yeah, 7 attacks with 3 damage each. So he can pump out a lot of damage. He still can't kill everything, though.
He's going to be expensive then.
Yes, yeah, he will. He's also got the ability where he lets friendly 1,000 Sun models reroll ones to hit and reroll ones for invulnerable saves. Pretty good.
Not bad.
I mean, survivability, invulnerable save survivability is good anyway, but when you get to reroll the ones, that's just another bonus, isn't it? It's so much more survivability. Then we've got the Scarab Occult. So not only are these amazing models, which they are quite destructive on the tabletop as well. They get the All Is Dust ability, giving them +1 to their armor save if the attack has a damage characteristic of 1, and also allowing them to ignore the -1 to hit and when moving, minus to hit when moving and shooting heavy weapons. Rachel, the more I look at these, this is your army. Because, you know the damage, you know your rend ignoring on your Seraphon units?
Yeah.
This is effectively a similar sort of thing. They get +1 to their armor. Their armor is a 2-up already. So obviously you're going to have, if somebody shoots you with a rending weapon, you effectively ignore the rend on that. But these are Seraphon in 40k. They just don't look like lizards.
Yeah, but Phil's beat me to it.
True, and Magnus is Phil's. He's not shut up about it. Never mind.
No, you can't take Magnus away from Phil.
No. They've got Inferno Combi Bolters, so they're Rapid Fire 2 with Strength 4 -2 AP, which is a nice AP to have. Some of the weapons can be armed with weapons that go up to AP -3 as well, and some that deal D3 damage. So you're going to have versatility, and you're going to have choice for what you're going to be using. They've got Teleport Strike as well, so you can turn up on the board, I think it's 9 inches or more away from the enemy. They'll be able to get into combat if you want to. Just outstanding models, really. They're going to be great. Scarab Occult Terminators, and we've done that. Rubric Marines. So with these, they're slower than non-dust Space Marines, which they should be. And they have the All Is Dust rule as well, so that makes them hard to kill with the small arms fire on top of that. What else have they got? Their normal bolt guns are AP -2. Not as good as their AP3 equivalent in current 7th edition, but it's still really good in 8th edition. Better than the normal Marines weapons, which is what they're supposed to be. And it's saying that some of them can have better weapons as well. Your Soul Reaper cannons, your Flamers, and that sort of stuff. On top of this, every squad has a Sorcerer, which can cast spells, which is what we'd expect anyway. All in all, good looking stuff. It's surprising how much of a beast Magnus is. And we'll have to see how much his casting can actually inflict damage on the game. Let's go through the chat one more, because it's just been going away again. It's just go, isn't it? All this talk about Custodes, Dreadnoughts. Any thoughts on best gold paint to run through my airbrush? Phil loves the Forge World paints, and Thalax Gold or Thalax Bronze is his favourite metallic paint. And if you basically pick up any of the Forge World metallics, they're good. We've got the Vallejo air set, the entire normal model air set, as well as their new metallic airbrush paints. So the new metallic ones are supposed to be really good quality, and Phil's going to try them out and do tutorials with them as well. I1tel Banquo played Warhammer LCG. What's Warhammer LCG? I'm probably going to get slated for that. I don't even know what LCG stands for. Akaria, maybe he's a flat earth fanatic. This flat earth thing is just going to keep going, isn't it?
Yeah, Surreal said it's going to be an ongoing joke.
Oh yeah, surreal. Flat earth is going to be a Wargame Online inside joke forever. Maybe we'll just put that as a... That could be... You know, we were trying to find a name for all of our premium members.
Yeah.
All of our premium members collectively can be called Flat Earth Fanatics.
God.
No, it doesn't really relate to premium, so if people want to know about the premium subscription, it doesn't really match with that.
I still love the Illuminati.
Illuminati was a good one.
Apparently LCG stands for Living Card Game.
Okay. That's probably why I was thinking trading card game, TCG. That's what I would have recognised, but living card game, I've never heard of that. I obviously don't play enough card games.
Apparently not.
Captain Rourke, Space Doggos do Magnus a mighty frighten after he heck in bamboozled them friend.
That's awesome.
I bought Forge World Thalex Gold on Phil's recommendation. It's fantastic gold airbrush paint. There you go. That's another person. Nice one. It is good. And Phil had all of my. I gave him all of the Forge World paints that I had because he uses them so much and I don't. So he's had them all off me. So he's going to be painting more of that. Pink says hands off Sanguinius Rachel because obviously that's Pink's. Johnny Rockstar, I'm less worried about these huge numbers of wounds after watching an 8th edition game where a Land Raider killed a Hellbrute and a Defiler in 2 rounds of shooting. Yeah. And Coyote says, now you've seen a stat go above 10. We have indeed. Not as disgusting as a Shadow Sword, this is true. This is the thing, everything's been increased. Writer Sophie Stevens, to quote my Warhammer buddies, at least those who collect Thousand Suns, insert hashtag, Magnus did nothing wrong. I love this. I love the whole defending of Magnus and the Space Wolf players just saying he deserved it and everything was done properly. Because I'm a Space Wolf player, and as much as I see Magnus's point why he did it, I kind of feel sorry for Magnus. And I know I can't say that as a Space Wolf player, as a proper Space Wolf player. You know, I'm going to have to put down the Space Wolf mantle and go and play something else now I've said that. But Magnus tried his best and just failed doing it, which, I mean, all the Primarchs from time to time have done something which they either regretted or something which has impacted them in the future, and I think it's just that Magnus's is so blatantly obvious and had such a huge ripple across the galaxy is why it's one of the most well-known, other than obviously Horus.
What did Magnus actually do? I get that he used his powers when he wasn't supposed to.
But he used his powers to warn the Emperor about Horus and basically broke the seals on the Emperor's stuff, and the Emperor got really, really annoyed and then sent Russ to go and to basically bring him back to answer.
That's where the messages got confused.
The messages got confused, but obviously we don't want to do too many spoilers, but that's pretty much what happened. And then Russ had his own interpretation influenced by an individual and stuff happened. But obviously Magnus is one side of the argument saying I tried to do this, and Russ is on the other saying I'm going to do this in response.
Oh, Magnus had good intentions.
Good intentions, just didn't do a very good job. And saying as though he's supposed
to
be...
That's like Dave. Oh my god, Magnus is just Dave.
No, he's not. Dave is Alpha Legion, just confusing. Isn't this stuff expensive, says I Want to Banquo. It is relatively expensive. It depends what you want to do. In terms of a cost of a Space Marine to a can of baked beans, it is massively expensive. But if you go skiing, one holiday can, set you up for an entire year's worth of hobby, if not more, depending on how you spend and what you actually need for your hobby. You can buy starter sets for £50 and some paints for 20 or 30, but it's really as much as you want to go into it. Same as any hobby, I'd say. You can keep it cheap or you can go crazy.
The easiest one, like if you remember being at the shop, anytime anyone will come and say it's expensive, you compare it to computer games. Like if you take like Call of Duty, for example, if there's one out every single year, you'll spend about 50 quid on it, and you'll use it for that, well, not even a year, and then it'll never be touched again. Whereas
just one sec. Trollbrush is saying wave when the spoilers are gone. We try not to spoil anything. I apologise, Trollbrush.
I don't think there's any major spoilers in there.
There wasn't any spoilers other than, we're not going to say it again. Sorry, Mike.
Imagine that I stopped listening.
Yeah.
Right. Am I right to rewind now?
Yeah, go on, rewind.
Yeah, so cards as an example is you're only going to play it for a year or less. Yeah. And there's 50 quid gone, whereas you spend 50 quid on, well, like you said, a starter box or something, their models are going to last forever.
You say forever until Sam re-rolls.
Yeah, but
it depends on the person. And the Up Boy says, "What isn't now?" Yeah, everything is expensive. It's relative, really. Stephen Leggett, 6 hits, at least 4 successful wounds against the biggest stuff, 12 wounds from a round of combat. Ouch. about as expensive as a ticket to the football. Yeah. And then you've got eBay and Bartertown. You've got places you can pick up this stuff for cheaper. And car boots and friends. You know, a lot of people...
Charity shops is another.
Sometimes
you can go into them and sometimes there'll just be a box that's been untouched that's in there for really cheap.
The main thing I was thinking as well is, you know, how many times you say to somebody, oh, I play Warhammer, and you'll have 10 people go, oh, I did that, or I do that. You know, it's one of those things that isn't talked about as much as any other hobby. Like if you go and watch the football, you'll obviously talk about that and your mates will know that you watch the football. If you play Warhammer, it's not as widely talked about. So if you chat around, like ask around and see if anybody's got stuff, chances are somebody you know will have boxes of the stuff in an attic somewhere that you can, or in a loft if you're in the UK, where you can just pick it up for nothing.
Well, you can often get like full painted armies on eBay as well, can't you? Like cheaper than you would if you bought new boxes.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
And DJ the Lucky One, the hobby has tons of value. The painting, reading fluff, planning armies and playing, there's just tons to it. And that's why I think the hobby's so big that you can do whatever you enjoy. Whichever part of it you like doing, you can spend your time and effort on that.
That's the thing as well. I mean, it's the same with any board game, isn't it? Like I'd happily spend £50 or £60 on a board game because I know that I'll just keep playing it over and over again.
Yeah.
But even saying that, I mean, you bought me Pandemic Legacy, didn't you? And that's a game that you can literally only play once because you like write on cards and rip things up. So you can literally only play it once. And I think even that was about 50 or 60 quid. But even that, I'd say is worth it because it's like, well, you probably spend like 12 hours playing that. So.
C-Mini, I have noticed that Sam uses American slang now and again. Have you lived there or just watched too much TV? Too much TV and movies while I'm painting, to be honest. And
what slang is there? I haven't even picked up on that at all.
Oh, I said attic rather than loft.
Oh.
There's loads of things I'll say. Q-tip, that was the other one I keep saying. I said cotton buds and earbuds, and then people say, what's a cotton bud or an earbud? It's a Q-tip. The problem is...
Well, it's when you say Q-tip, I don't know what you're going on about.
Yeah, but because it's an American thing, everyone seems to know what a Q-tip is in America. It depends who you're talking to, so it depends on your audience, I imagine. Because I'm getting asked what a cotton bud is, it's easy just to say Q-tip. If I say...
But wait, you can play a game with these figures I keep painting.
Minty B got to go to work, but anyone know the Aussie when the Aussies get pre-orders? I'm afraid I don't know. Sorry. This is excessive magnetisation. Shouldn't Phil's Primarch be Phil Mortzarian? Did somebody else already make that joke? Because his surname is Mortz. Phil's son Jack is playing Death Guard. He does all of Nurgle, and his surname is also Mortz, so it will be Jack Mortzarian. Are the rules for choosing units in Warhammer 40k? What are the rules for choosing units in Warhammer 40k? Can I play with only characters, or are there any percentages that dictate different slots? You can do, it's not done on percentages, you do it on force organisation charts, what are they called? Data slates or something, where you can pick from 14 charts and make your army around that. And we have seen that there is a chart that gives you the option to do 5 characters, and that's all you need to take.
There's a lot of choice when coming to building the army. But then if you're doing like narrative and stuff like that, can you not just take whatever you want? Is there still like an Unbound sort of thing way to play, or not now?
Yes, I think there is. There was that way where you can select any unit you want, any type you want, but for every unit you take, you lose a command point. So obviously, if you go below 0 command points, then it doesn't matter. You just do an entire army of whatever you want.
Did we see if there was actually a negative to if you could go below 0? If there was a negative to doing it?
There wasn't a negative from what we saw. No.
So it's just a case of you get no command points.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Kaio, I've tried to learn enough UK terms to keep up with this conversation. WGO and Beast of War's fault.
Forever expanding your vocabulary. You're welcome.
Sorry, dude. Detachments, they're called as well. Army Painter hobby set is a great place to start for a new hobbyist. Yeah, I did a review first. Well, I went through their new paint set, their new wash set, which came out a couple of days ago, and it's awesome. Really good value. You get loads of different washes in there, and they've got entire sets that are coming out. I think there's another one out in December. So we'll see what happens. We might get some more of those sets to do reviews on. It was nice of them to send the wash set, and they were really happy with the video, and I think they said they're going to use it in their marketing for that set as well, which is awesome of them.
Oh, Excessive Magnetization is playing Pandemic Legacy tonight. Awesome.
Brilliant
Completely
stuff.
unrelated, just going through the chat.
Neil Young says, we said attic when I was a kid in the 70s, 80s. So terms do change. I'm not American. Don't feel bad. I watch more Brit TV than American. I just turn on. There's so many cool TV series from America that I watch so many of them. The Ceiling Room.
If anyone's...
That's what I'm going to call it, the Ceiling Room.
If anyone needs a new show to watch, Lucifer, it's amazing.
It's not new, but the second season's just finished up, and it is amazing.
I think they're doing the second half of the second or third season at the minute. Yeah, it's so good. It's like you do actually laugh out loud kind of thing watching it. It's really funny.
Yeah, it is. I reckon, this is Stephen Leggett, I reckon a hobby, 8th spend, maybe 20, 30 quid a month on isn't too bad a hobby. You can spend that on more on a football, fishing, drinking, TV. Spend that and you will have so much to play with you. And Matt says, Pink says, let's be fair, if you ask my wife what the hobby entailed, she would say it was just buying loads of stuff and leaving it in the box. Yeah, I'm spending hours and hours thinking about what you're going to do with it and not doing much. I was saying that, he's done more than us. Surreal's just watched Great Fire of London. It's actually on pause in another window right now. I appreciate that you've paused it, Surreal. Thank you for that. And we will be ending soon enough so you can continue to watch it. Do you know if there will still be chapter tactics for Marines in 8th? I saw there was only stuff for Corsario Khan in the Index Imperium. As in, do we know if there still will be chapter tactics? Not in the indexes. I have
no idea.
The only ones you've got are the Blood Angel one, where you get the Black Rage, and I think Dark Angels have got one. But I'm expecting us to get a full chapter book, which lets you either customize stuff, or a Primaris one that comes out that lets you customize stuff. But not at the moment.
Sam, are there Salamander rules? SI Mini is asking.
Not Salamander rules, but there's definitely rules for the characters in there. I think it was Vulcan. Pretty sure it was Vulcan. Just bear with me. Yeah, you've got Vulcan Hestan, and that's it in this book at the minute, and all of his rules. But there's nothing for chapters right now. I say loft, but my daughter says attic. Full Metal Tymo. I hate Forgeord, but for offering a Warlord Titan and placing a €1,500 price tag on it. Yeah, it is. Some stuff can get really expensive. Me Too, best show ever. Is that House of Cards, or was that something else?
I think that was Lucifer. Or it could have been House of Cards as well. I mean, that is a good show as well, to be fair.
Yeah, you watched that. I've not watched it yet.
You didn't really get into that, did you?
Neil, you have too much talking. I know I talk all day, every day, but I can't listen to shows that are just in a room talking about lawyery things or...
They're in different rooms. Oh, speaking of lawyers, Suits, that's another good one.
No, I'm not watching it.
I realised from this that I watch too much TV.
Yeah. I'm talking about Warhammer Age. Neil Young says tomorrow morning...
I can talk about like food, TV shows, clothes, if anyone's interested. I can talk about clothes.
No. Right, Neil Young says, I will get in trouble with my wife again because he's doing a mega order tomorrow. Okay. And no doubt I will get what I order for my birthday in July. Doc saying not midnight tonight, that's for the pre-order. 10 a.m. usually, so it is still potentially 10 a.m. in the UK for pre-orders. So you're going to have to be up at 9, just in case they have in the past put it up.
Well, most store, well, I don't know if the local store here is, but like normally when it's a big release, like for a new edition or something, normally the stores will open like an hour before they normally would, for pre-orders and stuff like that, just because they've got that many pre-orders to try and get in and things. Or that, and even on release day, I think it's like an hour earlier than normal.
Mm-hmm. I like Full Metal Teemo, that's why I don't have a wife. You do get to spend what you want and do what you want. Although, if you get a nice wife, they let you spend it as well. I'm pretty fair,
from this chat, I think what we're getting is that most wives are actually really understanding.
Yeah.
Like, everyone here's going, yeah, I can buy stuff. Like, she's not too impressed, but I can buy stuff.
Surreal collects Hawaiian silk shirts. That's a good collection.
Awesome. Okay, well, we can totally talk about Hawaiian shirts.
No, we can't. Dagobert, Dave, hello from Oregon. Right, I think that's it. Thank you to everyone who's... I'm going to show you this actually while it's up, if I can. It might be really slow, actually. If you
what are you showing?
This is the website, wargameronline.com. Right, okay. If you haven't been onto this website already, go onto this website and just make a free account. So you go onto here, you click on login, you go across, and then you type in a username or a password, and then you log in. And then if you want to make a premium account, you can do that as well. And that's £3 a month, and that will give you access to all of our videos. But don't do it through a browser from Facebook, like Phil says there, because otherwise it will break. But that gives you access to, this is, oh, that's a small one. It's not normally like this, it's because I've got it open tiny. But you've got all sorts of different things on here. You've got tutorials, battle reports, discussions, unboxings, blah, 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 blah. Inside tutorials, I've got painting, modelling, terrain, loads of cool stuff. And tonight I'm going to edit that battle report ready for Sunday, which will come out on here. And everything with a P on it means it's premium. So if you have the premium access, you can see these videos. And I think that one must be tonight.
Really good, though, because you can, so before you do subscribe, you can have a look to see what videos are actually available to premium members.
Yeah, we can click on it. You just can't see it. That's interesting. I've not seen that before. Look. I've just hovered over the Grey Knight Paladin one. And it's showing you a previous thumbnail. That's weird. Shouldn't do that. I'll have to tell Phil. But this one, I think Emperor's Children must have gone up tonight. And these are designed to be quick paint jobs, some of them. They're not necessarily like Golden Demon painting levels, but it's aiming to get your stuff painted. So if you're going to be starting 8th edition and you want to paint an army quickly and you're not really sure on how to do it, if you wanted to paint Emperor's Children very fast, you can watch this video and it shows you how to do it. So that's the aim of these tutorials. Some things we're going to detail a little bit more. So for this one's the free one we released on YouTube actually, which shows you how to do the poison weapon look that I did on this character. But on this website you can actually see how you paint the entire model. There's all sorts now. I didn't actually realise how much there was on here.
Coyote's just put the WGO website needs a message forum. Have we? I think the only thing we've got at the minute is that sort of contact us form, isn't it?
Yeah, if you go to, so on the menu on this one, it's a bit weird, but you can go to community here, and then you can do Ask Gav. That needs to be removed now because Gav was ages ago. Last week, I think. So you've got Ask WGO and the suggestion box, so you can send things to either of those.
Yeah, I suppose a message forum could be interesting though.
It's just.
I mean, what sort of stuff would you guys want to see on a message forum? Would be the thing.
Let us know. Send us the suggestions.
Yeah, I mean, would you just want it to be a completely open forum for people just to talk about whatever they want, or would you want actual threads sort of thing?
Yeah, the only thing with the forums is they require a lot more work. At the minute we do our Facebook. The Facebook group is where we try and get back to people as often as possible, and then our YouTube, we do our absolute best to reply to everybody who comments on our YouTube videos as well. We don't get them all, but we try and get as many as possible. And on the website, if you comment on the website, we get those as well. So yeah, Facebook is pretty much our forum. If you wanted to do that, use Facebook instead of us having one on here separately. I just wanted to point out as well, these ones with an F in the top right, they're freemium videos. So if you make an account on the website, even if you're not paying for a premium account, you get extra videos on here. So that's the full 10 or 15 minute video on how to paint a World Eater really fast. Like that is such a fast paint job. The Dark Eldar Yellow Cabalite Warrior, that was a really nice colour scheme as well. That was how to make it look like a wasp, like yellow and glossy black, quite a nice colour scheme. And that's a free video just for making a website. So check that out, and there's loads of other stuff. All of our YouTube videos are on here as well. So all the basing videos and destroyed armour that we've seen there. Anyway, made my mouse go really fast. Hey, what about Pick on Sam? It's ended. And to be honest, that was at the beginning, so I'm doing that again.
Quick, Sam, get out now.
Marketplace for trading between members. I mean, yeah, potentially. Is the Earth flat? Yeah, I mean, we're not going to hear about that Earth flat stage for a while, are we?
I don't think you're going to stop hearing about it.
Phil's here now. Time to do another hour.
A lot of this stuff is stuff that we always said that we wanted to do eventually. It's just like you say, you've got to prioritise, given that there's only 4 of us and most of us have jobs.
Yeah, there's only me full time on this, and everybody else is working really hard in normal jobs, trying to make it possible. So at the minute, all of the money that we're getting and we're putting into it is getting fed straight back into the website, into the studio space that we've got and you've seen, and making sure that we've got everything to produce the content. So Rachel is completely supporting me money-wise, and all of this money goes into the website and the business as it is, so that we've got investment straight back into it. So we appreciate everybody who has gone on to here, everyone who's made the accounts for free, and everyone who's done the premium memberships, because we're getting more and more on a daily basis, and it's just making this possible, which we can't thank people enough for. Frost and Fist has just joined. Doc says, what jobs do you all do? Rachel, you're about to start a new job, aren't you? Phil's...
Yeah, I'm going to be an analyst.
Rachel's going to be an analyst, but she's also a champ. Yeah, as Frost and Fist says, absolute champion. Phil is a very important individual at a very important place. And Mike's just an all-round awesome guy.
It's one way of putting it.
And Neil's put premium worth every penny. High five, Rachel, yeah. Okay, thank you. It's been awesome. And it's been almost 2 hours again, so I apologise to everybody who's been, expecting an hour, and we've rambled on again. It's been an absolutely awesome Friday evening. We enjoy having you join us. We had that Flat Earth cultist section of the show, which wasn't even planned. I mean, I didn't even ask all those 100 people to join. The Orc Boys, can you upgrade to premium? You can. You just go to the... I think it's account part of the website. You just go on the menu and then you can just upgrade it and you pay the premium. You put your PayPal details in and it just charges you £2.99 a month, and then it will give you access until you don't pay.
Neil Young's just put, it's worth it just for change management advice alone. I actually remember that chat that Phil did.
Sean Rogers, I like long shows. The Earth can't be flat because the lizard men live inside it. Better than Friday night TV. Well, that's a good thing, Trollbrush Studio. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for saying that. Karanis, great show to have on when I am...
about Friday night TV.
yeah. Or TV is so bad that this is just a slight increase. Great show to have on when I am sitting here rendering stuff for my showreel. Interesting. And anyone know what the record for longest YouTube stream is? I don't know. We could easily do a week just straight, or we'll just have different people pop it in. If people wanted a long stream, we could definitely manage that. And
go for a Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, me and Phil can talk for a week alone, and then that's not even including Mike and Rachel and everybody else that we can get on the chat. So definitely could be a thing. Anyway,
Pete thinks you don't know what Phil does.
I do know what Phil does. I just don't want to tell the world. Because that's not what we want to do. Anyway, thank you to everyone who's watched the chat, joined us on the chat. Thank you to everyone who's watching this back. Thank you to everyone who's given us the thumbs up and likes on the videos, because that helps us spread. And thank you to everyone who's making the website account. I'm an enterprise architect. Change management, it's in my vocabulary, says Neil. Guess how long Phil's beard will grow in a stream that long? Probably bigger than me. So like 6'5" of beard. Right, have an absolutely fantastic weekend. I don't think you're going to hear from us in terms of live stuff for a little bit. Maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, but we'll see. Have a fantastic weekend. All of you, good luck on pre-ordering tomorrow at your local store or on website. It seems weird to see Sam in orange like he's out of uniform. I am out of uniform. But check this out, look. I'm going to move this up. This is the blind that Phil's done. Oh, forgot paint racks. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to break it. I'm going to take photos. We will have branded black screens at some point, I imagine. And Chapter Master Valrak, did I come at the end?
Yes.
Yes, for this fight. You've got almost 2 hours of watching stuff. And I've watched Chapter Master Valrak's channel, actually. He's got some awesome videos on there. So it's nice that it's even turning up at the end is more than enough. Thank you for joining. Put an early notice on Facebook, Sam, if doing a live stream. Yes, we do. We try and do it at least an hour. Setting 3 alarms for the morning. Right, we can keep talking, or I can go and get on with editing this battle report so that it's ready for Sunday. Everybody have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all when I see you. Thank you to Mike and Rachel for joining us this evening.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.
Credits.
Credits, yeah, I'm trying to find them.
Oh, credits!
There we go.